Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Closer Than Ever virtual conference. My name is Holly, and I'm the new Program Service Coordinator here at the Chromosome 18 Registry and Research Society. We're so excited that you've joined us today. I have a few quick announcements before I pass it over to Dr. Cody. So if you are interested in our silent auction, it is now live. Our team will go ahead and pop that link into the chat. You can go ahead and check it out and explore all of the amazing items that are in our silent auction. We also have our family table touring event. It's going to happen on Tuesday evening. So if you are interested in getting a table for your family, check that link out in the chat box as well. We have our Starfish family dance coming up on Tuesday as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you guys are excited for the dance, as well as all of our awesome sessions that we have for you for this conference. I did want to let you know, if you want to chat somebody else that is attending the conference, if you look in the right hand of your screen, you'll see the event tab. Go ahead and click on the event tab, and you will see people. Once you click on people, you'll see a list of people, and then you can schedule a meeting. We also have a really fun opportunity on the left side of your screen. If you click that networking button after this event or any time during the conference, you can get a chance to meet somebody and talk with them for 3 minutes. It'll be fun. It's kind of just like, you won't know who you're going to get to talk to, and it's just a really fun way to meet new people at the conference. So again, that is the networking button on the left underneath sessions. Let's see if I missed anything. Tomorrow during our sessions, just as a reminder, please turn your camera off and mute yourself during a presentation, and then you can go ahead and unmute yourself after the presentation is over. If you have any questions during a session or during a live stage, you can go ahead and type those questions into the chat box on the right. And just to clarify, the event chat is ongoing throughout the conference. You can type in that chat at any time. So right now, if you'd like to type in the event chat, it will go to everyone. If you type in the stage button, that will go to everybody who's watching the stage right now. And if you are in a session, you will see session in place of stage. And that's where you will type your questions in during the specific session tomorrow or Tuesday. Might be a little bit confusing, but go ahead and always type your questions into the chat boxes, and one of our staff will help you. That is all I have for right now. Thank you so much for joining us and for being with us for this conference. We'll go ahead and pass it over to Dr. Cody.
Hello, everyone. I am so glad to see you sort of virtually here. We have over 100 families signed up, so that's so exciting. I know you're disappointed that we're not in person, but maybe what we need to do is think about the unique things we can do because we are virtual. We have families from all over the world who may not be able to travel if we had an in-person conference, or may not be able to travel here. We have speakers from around the world who we wouldn't be able to bring in otherwise. So there are some advantages to this. And I think you'll find this platform really interactive, and I am excited for the next couple of days. So let me pass it over to Neil Parker, our amazing executive director, and he will get the ball rolling for our virtual conference.
Well, and thank you, Janine and Holly. It's great that we can all be together and so excited. And I would like to introduce you to two women who have been working for the last 6 months on getting this together for you all. So I'd like to introduce Meredith Moore to you and Carrie Lamont. And 6 months ago, Carrie and Meredith had never even met. So we introduced them, and we kind of said, hey, would you be willing to kind of organize the virtual conference for our families? And they both kind of looked at each other and they said, we will help you. So a huge thank you to both Carrie and Meredith for your amazing amount of work to put this together. We've really been on a journey as we've learned a lot. And this is the result of of 6 months of hard work from these ladies, but also from all the staff as well. So I'm going to pass it over to them to kind of like kick the conference off.
Thanks, Neil. I wish we could have like confetti raining down or something, or we could hear all of you shouting from the rooftops. So I appreciate that. I'm Meredith Moore, and I'll go ahead and introduce myself, and then Carrie can introduce herself as well. I'm coming to you from Virginia, just outside of DC, and I came to be part of the Chromosome 18 family as a board member. I was introduced to the Kunkel family, if you know Griffin, little Griffin Kunkel, and his dad, Tom Kunkel, was also part of the board. And I actually used to babysit for Griffin and his brother and sister when Griffin was originally being diagnosed. And so fast forward all these years later, and there was an opportunity for someone new to sit on the board. And I took it because I'm also the mom of a son who has a different chromosome abnormality. So I'm not part of your Chromosome 18 family as a family member, but I am with my heart. So it's nice to meet all of you. I have a background in nonprofit. I'm also from a military family, and I have a background in events. So hence the reason Neil put it out there, cast it, and roped me on in. But I've never done a virtual event or been staffed on it anyway. So super happy and excited to be here. Back to you, Carrie.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Meredith. And I am Carrie Lamont, and I'm a co-chair alongside my partner in crime here, Meredith. And Neil, as you said, introduced the two of us in a very virtual environment about 6 months ago. I'm connecting in today from the state of Arizona. So I'm on the West Coast, and Meredith and I have never met in person. I've never met any of these folks in person, and this is my very first conference. I am a parent of a wonderful young lady who is 20 years old, who has 18P minus, and I came to know the Chromosome 18 registry a few years back as I was struggling to kind of get my head wrapped around a late life diagnosis. My daughter was not actually diagnosed until she hit puberty. And we then, tried to figure out, okay, so what are we dealing with? And I found the registry and have been kind of a quiet listener and watcher, participant off and on for the last few years. And in my heart, I felt like this year was the year I needed to get more involved. Was hoping that we would have an in-person conference, but when I learned that we weren't going to, I thought, maybe I need to help make this happen for myself, but also for all the other families that are looking for that continued connection and learning together and supporting one another. So that's my connection. I'm a mom, I'm a parent, and I'm here to also learn but also facilitate. And I think we've put a great program together for everybody over these next 2 days. So we're going to jump into a couple of kind of like introductions, I guess. If you think about last year, for those of you that went to the conference, you kind of get your registration, you get your program, you get your name badge, you kind of, do that first couple of hours when we land in San Antonio or wherever the event may be. And then the first kind of big thing is, let's meet the rest of the attendees. And it's kind of a mix and mingle hour. So that's what Meredith and I are hoping to do with you guys today, just to help us all start to feel connected to purpose and serve as an icebreaker and kind of help us get a chance to navigate the platform at the same time. Yeah. So I don't know, Meredith, do you want to just jump right in?
Sure.
Or, I mean, I can start or you can start too, up to you.
Right, so it's time to get friendly, right? So imagine that you're walking into that first reception. Some of you may know people, others of you may not. You see some familiar faces, maybe not. Janine probably has a big, crown on her head because everybody knows her and she knows everybody. And she's like, I get to meet Janine Cody. And then there's Neil, and then there's Amelie, and then there's Holly, the rest of the staff who have worked so hard to put this together for you. So let's be friendly and let's get to know each other through the chat. So if you're on the chat, please go all the way to the right on the stage. Yes. And get ready to type in some answers, okay? Yeah. So if you're somebody that's been there before, you know how hard it is your first time there. So the first people that we would like to welcome are any new families. So if you're a new family, can you please put in the chat who you are, where you're from, and the names of your people in your family that are with you right now? Go for it.
I get to do this too because I'm new.
There you go. And Janine, I'm going to call you out, Janine Macchia, because I do believe you're new too. And you already typed in there to us. So Carrie already said that she's new.
Yep.
Her daughter, Keely,
Yes,
from Arizona, 20 years old, 18P minus. Hello from Germany, Grüß Gott. Arena and Stefan, welcome. There's Janine. Janine, not only is this her first conference, but she's also been helping us out with scheduling some of the speakers. Here's another new family, the Teague family. Rebecca and Magnolia, who's 16 months old, and Lane, who's 3 years old, and they're in Cape Cod. Ooh, I would like to be there right now. I'm very jealous.
Yes, it's 111 degrees where I am. I could stand some New England right now. Oh, hello from Reno, Nevada. That's my hometown. That's where I grew up, my first childhood. Love it. I'm a Lake Tahoe girl. So, and Kristen, nice to welcome you as well. Looks like we have something in common. The other thing, guys, is we're dropping these introductions and we're getting to know each other in the chat. It's a great time to get a pen and a pencil out and write down some of the names of people that you feel like you might have some commonality with, because that's another great way for you to make this an interactive experience over the next 2 days is, you know, kind of find those folks that you would normally maybe want to have coffee with if we were all in person or sit together during the lunch session. So I'm going to write some names down as well, and we'll see if we can make some connections outside of it.
We got the Healy's, Tracy and Brian from Australia checking in. This is awesome, you guys. I'm kind of getting the goosebumps.
Yes.
We have the Martin family, Amy Martin and Lauren Martin from Erie, PA. And just like Carrie was saying, so remember, right now, it's all in the chat on the stage side. But when this is over, if you go back to the event tab, that's where it'll say people, and everybody that's here, you can find them and then direct message them at another time throughout the entire conference. So that's awesome. Carolyn from Canada. I love it. All right, let's move on to the next one, Carrie.
Yeah, so that's a great segue because I just heard something from our Canadian friends there. So the other thing that is so powerful about what we're doing over the next 2 days, you guys, is this is an international conference. And little trivia factoid, I think Janine sort of mentioned it around the number of participants coming to us from worldwide. There are 31 families from around the globe. So I want to welcome all of our international constituents. I don't know what time it is where you are joining, but let's drop in the chat line where you're tuning in from and what time of day it is for you right now. I'd love to see if there are any folks this time of day. It's 2:00 p.m. where I am. So I'd love to see where people are coming from. Say hello by dropping your location and the time of day from where you're attending right now. I know we had some Germany folks on.
And another great thing while they're putting that in there to remember throughout the conference, I know it started in a chat earlier, is that most sessions are being recorded. There's just a couple that aren't, that we don't want to have recorded when there might be kids dancing around or something like that. But the speakers are all being recorded. So these will be recorded sessions that a few weeks post-conference you'll be able to access again. So if you are in a time zone where you don't want to wake up at 2 a.m. to be part of a session, those recordings will be made available to you post-conference. So no worries on that.
Got a hello in here from Finland. It's midnight there. Woo! Thank you so much for joining. We got Sydney, Australia. It's coffee time there, 7 a.m.
Good morning.
Terrific. British Columbia, that's West Coast. Hey,
and New Zealand. There's a New Zealand in there. 9 a.m. All right.
Right. So we have all around the globe. We're going to reach out and put our arms around each other and make this an interactive session. I am so excited. We have some nighttime, daytime, middle of the morning, late night, all that. So It looks like we've had some folks that have already started chiming in from where they are in the United States. So for the North American folks, let's see how many states we can get represented. Got California. Hello, Chris and family. Hi, Macy. We chatted earlier. Nice to meet you.
I've seen Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania. I thought I saw Maryland, Texas.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
We got Arizona, Colorado, Georgia,
New Jersey, New Hampshire,
Fargo, North Dakota. Hey, Brenda.
There's Dave Aldrup. Hey, Dave.
I know that name.
Illinois.
Kalamazoo. Isn't that home of Kellogg cereals? I think Kalamazoo is Kellogg cereal, the home of them.
I went to a summer camp in Kalamazoo when I was a kid.
Yeah. Go Michigan. Go Michigan. All right. So
from Scotland. Check that out.
I love it. International from Scotland. Hello. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Catherine. All right. So any regional coordinators out there, since we're talking about locations, I want to take a minute and acknowledge we've got volunteers that help with our regional coordination on our social media groups and keeping our regions connected and plugged into what's happening with the registry. Any regional coordinators out there right now that we could say hello and thank you for your work? If not, you guys will be meeting them and seeing them in the regional breakouts over the course of the next couple days. All right, we've got some more Michigan people. California. Oh, Kristen says not Kellogg cereal, but Pfizer. Okay.
A little different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is kind of cool, Carrie. It's the first time for you and the first time for me. But type in the chat if you know how many in-person annual conferences there have been. Anybody know?
Anybody know? Yeah, this is trivia time. Do, 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 do. Anybody want to take a guess?
So the registry has been around for 30 years. Close.
Close.
We're celebrating the 30th anniversary this fall.
Oh, Kristen's dangerously close. Janine, we did our homework. We do know. So let's see if we can we'll get a couple more guesses. See if I think Kristen's our closest.
She is.
Yeah.
All right. It's 26 in person and 2 virtual last year and this year. So we're up to 28. Can you believe it? Yeah. There we go, Amber.
Yeah, Kristen. Yay. Amber wins the prize for that. Kristen got the runner-up for the total number. If we include this year, it's 28 total meetings for our family, Chromosome 18. So speaking of that, let's talk about tenure. Anybody out there been to more than 10 conferences? I would love to give you some praise for your diligence and connectedness and staying involved. Other than Janine, because I think she's done all of them, right?
She has.
So
there's a couple.
There's
Marie and Kristen.
More than 10. Oh, Camilla's been to 12. That's a dozen.
You know, Carrie, now is a good time to give a shout out to someone that I don't know how many she's been to, but Kathy Barello, who is a huge help in planning all this conference too. She was responsible for the fine swag. If you were able to buy a t-shirt or a water bottle or backpack, and she's worked really hard on the back end with organizing speakers and a whole bunch of other things too. So thank you to Kathy. If we were walking around, I would make sure that you met her. She's fabulous.
Yes, big props for her. Mad respect. That's great. Well, looks like we have a lot of people that have been here for multiple ones. And yes, European conferences count too, Bonnie. Absolutely. So Janine, set this whole thing up and had a vision for pulling together and creating a society for all of us to plug into, for research to be supported and continued on an ongoing basis so many years ago. Without her vision and dedication, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I want to just give a quick mention that if you don't already have the session circled on your agenda for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time, so that's, again, Central Time for the central part of the United States, she will be giving an update on the latest research with one of the other physicians that is a collaborator. So make sure you tune in to hear what Janine has to share tomorrow.
That's a great segue for me too, because I'm also seeing that Elizabeth Cody has also been to all of them. So thank you, Elizabeth. Yes. And now is a great time to ask for all of our self-advocates. So if you are a self-advocate and you are on right now, hit us up in the chat so we can give you a shout out. We want to welcome all of our self-advocates. So excited that you're here and hoping that you'll network with each other. I know a lot of you were chatting before at the previous session, but put it in again in case other people have joined us. Hey, Ashley. Hi, Mike Baum. Allie.
All right.
Galena. I hope I said that right. What a beautiful name.
That's a beautiful name. Yes.
Macy. Hi, Lauren.
Fantastic.
Hi,
Hi,
Bob.
Bob. Hey, Scott. We've got a lot of self-advocates on the line. That is fantastic. Kaylin is here. Oh, yep. Kristen, she's 17 conferences. Wow. Rebecca has a quick question. How long will the recorded sessions be available to watch? I know that it will take a couple of weeks after the close of this conference for them to be republished and staged into an area that you can access them. And I don't know that there's going to be a time limit for how long they'll be up there, propped up there, but we can find out and we'll try to get that communicated out to you guys at some time before the end of the conference. You'll get more information in an email that you use to register for this event. So let's take a minute and talk about our siblings, okay? So we've got a lot of siblings that are here. We are going to have a sibling panel on Tuesday afternoon, Central Time. It'll be towards the late afternoon, early evening. Siblings, you guys are so important too. I know with my daughter, I know that as I get older and we all get older, her sisters and her brother are going to be a big part of helping to support her. So I have lots of love for the siblings, and I will actually be the one that's moderating the session on Tuesday with you guys. So look forward to meeting some of you there. If you are a sibling, type a brother or sister in the chat so that we can recognize you and say hello and meet you. Any siblings on with us for the kickoff today?
And keeping in mind when the siblings are going to start chatting in, if you have any younger siblings or even grandparents that might be on, anybody that wants to take a break from some of the learning, we have 2 exciting sessions that are just plain for fun. We have a magician and we have a sing-along with a Disney princess. And you don't have to be, a sibling. You could be a parent that really likes to watch too.
Yeah, we like to have fun too.
Here's some siblings.
Great. Thanks, Liz, for being here. Terrific. Okay, so let's see if we have a few more siblings pop in. We'll give you some warm welcomes. But for this last exercise, guys, this is the last part of our icebreaker and our introductions, and then we're going to move into just a couple of announcements and kind of wrap up here. But for this last exercise, this is audience participation. Everybody in this meeting right now can answer this question in some way, shape, or form. So what I want you to do, and I don't want you to hit return and put your comment in the chat just yet, because we're going to kind of do it all together. But what I want you to do is type in your chat the chromosome with which you are connected. So the syndrome. So for me, I would be typing 18p minus. So type it in there, but don't hit return yet. So everybody kind of get it queued up. And then when it kind of moment here, I'm just going to give you guys all a chance to find that stage chat and type in your chromosome syndrome. And when I count 3, 2, 1, go, when I say go, everybody hit return or send. And we're going to watch this waterfall of all the syndromes and all of the connectedness that we all have together. So everybody ready? I'm going to type mine in now too. So we're going to be ready to go here. Give you a minute and we're going to watch it rain in the chat. All right. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Dr. Cody was first. I love it.
Yeah.
Or it was Elizabeth. It might have been Elizabeth.
I think that might have been. Oh, here we go. We got some rings. We got tetras. Q minus. Look at all that. Oh,
it's fun.
It is fun. It is fun. So while we wrap up some comments, this is now your time, guys, to scroll back up and see who you can connect with, who is in a similar syndrome profile or is connected to this purpose in the same manner that you are. Write those names down. And then as you see them in other sessions over the next 2 days, it's a great way to connect and make some new friends or find some old friends if you have been before. So very, very warm welcome to everybody. And Meredith, do you want to bring us home with just a couple of more announcements about some of the stuff that's coming up?
I sure do. So
okay.
First of all, let me say again how awesome this is and how excited we are as a committee, as the staff, to welcome you and make it as inclusive as it can be and make it as welcoming as it can be. And while we would love to meet each other and give each other big fat hugs, accept the virtual hug and don't shy away from meeting in that networking session where it will automatically connect you with people, or like Carrie keeps saying, go back and look at this list. It's the way we can do it. And we have such exciting speakers. There are times for you to listen. There are times for you to ask questions. We've got a bunch of different interesting speakers, from autism to sign language. You'll get the updates from Dr. Hale and Dr. Cody. You know, some speakers that you've seen before and you look forward to every year, and then some new speakers and exercise activities like yoga. Like we said, the Jiu-Jitsu will be around. There's something for everyone. And so we're really, really excited that you're here. We hope that you can get to everything that you want to get to. And thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget the auction.
Mm-hmm. I was about to mention that. You took the words out of my mouth. So
that's why we work well together, Carrie.
I love to shop, right? So I can't wait to go out and shop. And then the other thing I would just like to close out with, and this is just a big, huge, warm, fat love for everybody, is this is my first experience, and I have come to get to know the staff of the Chromosome 18 Registry a lot more over the last 6 months. And I would just like to say thank you for the collaboration and for your contributions, for all the heavy lifting, putting on an event like this during a pandemic with new technology. I think everybody knows what Zoom is, right? This is not your normal Zoom, right? This is a whole nother level of interactivity. It was a lot, and we figured it out without ever coming together in person. And so we really want to just thank the staff for everything that you guys have done. As a family member who's going to benefit from this, I'm indebted to you, and I'm grateful that I found this association. We also have a couple of interns, Mylin and Jessica, who have been doing a lot of support to help the staff and jumped in with both feet, eyes closed, like just how to do it. Amelie and Holly are new in their roles. They have just been fantastic leaders, and I'm honored to be a part of this. And Meredith, thank you for recognizing Kathy and her husband, Jeff Barello, the family that does so very much for this organization. And Janine, my new friend out there in New York, Janine Macchia, she helped me with the speaker coordination. So, and then 37 sessions, guys. We have 37, I think, sessions, something like that. So that's a lot of speakers. So thank you in advance to everybody that contributed content. This is what's going to bring us all together and help us learn and inspire us for the next 12 months until we can get together, hopefully in person next year.
Yes, absolutely.
So anybody else have any other comments to add?
I have a shameless plug. So the Starfish Dance Party is going to be right here in my basement, but it won't look like this when you come to the dance party. It might be decorated up, and there might be some guest appearances from some famous dancers. So just letting you know, make sure you don't drop off at the end. You will not want to miss the dance party.
Who doesn't love to dance? Great. All right. Well, staff, is there anything else anybody wants to say? Otherwise, I feel like we got you all riled up and ready to go for 2 days of networking and education and learning and fun and connection, most importantly. So any other comments we'd want to add?
I just wanted to say thank you again to Meredith and Carrie. You guys have done an amazing job. So I think a huge round of applause for both of you and everything you've done. And yeah, actually, right, being willing to step in and kind of being willing to do this when we really didn't know what we were doing. So
absolutely. And the other thing too, guys, is these tech platforms, like you can type stuff in, you can leave a session and get back in. There's nothing that you can do to break this thing. So don't be worried to try the technology. It is, if it's foreign to you or different, and you've never joined a meeting electronically or digitally like this, just give it a try. We're all here to help you. And if you get stuck, just drop a line in the chat, and we have people behind the scenes that can help you at any time.
Great. And Holly, did you want to finish off with any notices?
Sure. Again, thank you, Carrie and Meredith, for that awesome introductory session. Again, if you still want to connect with people, if you're not ready for the party to be over today, go ahead and click that networking link, and you'll get to meet a person for 2 minutes, and it will just go ahead and rotate. So we encourage you to try that out and meet some new people. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
See you online tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.